Do you love spinach but have a hard time getting it to germinate and grow well? Does it bolt and die on you before you've gotten enough to eat? I'm here today to share with you my 7 secrets of getting spinach to grow year-round in any climate. All right, number 1, I've grown a lot of types of spinach, and my favorite is the smooth type leaves. There are a few open pollinated varieties, but I really like the hybrids for their vigor. And a few of my favorites are Banjo, Space, and Lizard. And when shopping for spinach seeds, look for the seed that is a hybrid, a smooth leaf, and is slow to bolt. You know, the breeders of the hybrid seeds have really worked hard to create a spinach seed that will have the highest and longest production. They also create seeds that are disease resistant. So the hybrid seeds, they're safe, they're productive, and will perform the best in most garden situations. So it's important to get the right seed to set yourself up for success. All right, number 2. Now that we have the right seed, we need to get the right soil. So spinach likes a sandy loam soil with lots of organic matter. And if your soil is super clay, then the spinach will struggle. If you have sandy soil and no nutrients, then the spinach will also struggle. So to test your soil to see if it's the right type for spinach, grab up a handful of moist soil and squeeze it. Did it stick together or fall apart? Let me show you some examples. So this is our native soil from outside. I went out and got some. And if I squeeze this, there's no falling apart. Actually, we could take this and we could turn it into a little bowl, and I could sit it out here and we would have a little bowl. We could actually put water in. And, you know, so that's our native soil. That's not good for spinach. Now this is a soil that spinach likes to grow in. So this is a sandy loam soil. So I squeeze it, you can see that it falls apart really, really easily. So spinach does not like this, but spinach does like this soil. So once we figure out the best soil, the next question is, how much organic matter is in it? So most native soils have very little organic matter, and it's safe for you to add up to 30% of the soil volume in compost. That's going to add our organic matter. Since we only have clay soil here on the farm, I opted to create my own sandy loam soil for my plants, so now I have control over the soil, and then I add my own compost to the soil, and the plants really thrive in this soil. So I bypass all the years of amending bad soil and just start the season with amazing soil from day 1. If you would like to learn more about how to create amazing sandy loam soil, we have a Gardener's Guide to Perfect Soil that we give away when you sponsor the High Performance Garden Show. If you want the guide, stay tuned to the end of the video and I will give you a link as a way to get it. Be sure to keep the soil moist. Spinach does not like to dry out, and spinach only needs a soil depth of about 4 inches, so you can grow spinach in a pot, a grow bag, or in the garden. All right, number 3 is temperature. Spinach is super fussy about the soil temperature and will not germinate if too cold or too warm. So spinach will germinate in the soil that is best between 45 degrees Fahrenheit and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So in the summer, when the soil temperature is too high, I'll go ahead and germinate the seeds in my refrigerator and then transplant the spinach outdoor into an afternoon shaded place. So in the winter, we can germinate spinach seeds in the grow beds as soon as the day temperatures reach above 40 degrees most days. In the spring and the fall is usually great temperatures for germinating spinach. Now, if you live in a really hot location with day temperatures over 90 degrees, you can grow summer spinach in the house under lights. If it's hot, you probably have the air conditioner on in the house, and this is the ideal temperature to grow spinach. And conversely, if you live in a really cold place, you can grow spinach in the house under the lights in the wintertime. All right, number 4 is planting space. I will plant the spinach in small 4 to 6 seed clumps every 3 to 4 inches apart, or I will sow in rows of 3 to 5 seeds per inch, and the rows about 4 inches apart. Spinach does just fine if crowded, and the multiple seeds help if the seeds is not germinating well. You know, this is one thing that happened to us on the farm. Spinach seed is the favorite of mice. And if you plant spinach and nothing's coming up, then go out and dig up the row and see if the spinach seeds have any of the insides left. The mice will come and eat the insides out of the seed and just leave the shell. So on the farm, we sometimes do get mice, and they will eat the spinach seeds before they germinate. So if I see this happening, I will sow extra thick to have more seeds out than the mice will eat. And once the seeds germinate, the mice will go looking for something else to eat. They don't like the spinach once it germinates. So it took us a really long time to figure this out, why the spinach wouldn't grow. Once we figured out it was mice and planted the seeds thicker, the problem subsided. Number 5 is succession planting. So once your spinach is up and going, you're going to want to plant another crop so you have a continuous supply of spinach. I will start a new bed of spinach every 3 weeks. So depending on the condition, I might grow several successions indoors and then later grow outdoors. So the general rule of thumb, if the air temperature outside is between 40 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, then I grow outside. If it's above 80 degrees or below 40 Fahrenheit, then I move the next planting inside the house where the temperatures are usually around 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, number 6 is light. Spinach will require 8 to 10 hours of light or artificial light to grow well. So if you're using lights in the house, be sure that you're using a grow light at the proper height. When you buy your grow light, it will have recommendations as to how high above the plant that you want to have the light. If you're outside, be sure to check how many hours of light your plants are getting. Spinach will prefer morning light and afternoon shade in the summer months. Number 7 is harvest. You can start picking your spinach as soon as the first adult leaves get big. Then you can harvest your spinach leaves every week for as long as the plant is producing. Even if you are not needing the spinach, go ahead and harvest every week. This will keep the plants producing and hopefully keep you eating more spinach if it's in the refrigerator. You can pick the spinach leaves from the plants that are bolting and going to seed. The flavor remains good even on the bolting plants. So the key to continuous harvest is to plant a new crop every 3 weeks. This means you'll be harvesting several crops that are mature while you're waiting on the new crops to come on. Okay, let's just recap this a little bit. Number 1, get those hybrid smooth leaf spinach seeds. Number 2, sandy loam soil with 30% organic matter. Number 3, outdoors if the air temperature is between 40 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Grow indoors if the temperatures are lower than 40 or higher than 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 4, plant in clumps 3 to 4 inches apart or in rows with 3 to 5 seeds per inch, rows 4 inches apart. Number 5, succession plant new crops every 3 weeks. Number 6, give your spinach plants 8 to 10 hours of light or artificial light. Number 7, harvest every week. And there you have it, the 7 secrets to growing spinach all year round in any climate. Sign up for a high-performance garden show. The show is a demonstration of how we run a garden in the high-performance system. So in the show, you will see us grow a whole season of vegetables week by week for 33 weeks. So there's over 7 seasons to watch. That's over 230 episodes, all for you to watch and learn. So the show, it's free, it's online, and you could watch it anytime. And go to thelivingfarm.org/high-performance-garden-show. You can sign up there, or we'll put the link below. Now, if you're wanting the Gardener's Guide to Perfect Soil, then sign up for the show and then sponsor it for as little as $8.25. And when you do this, you're going to receive the Garden Guide to Perfect Soil, the Homemade Pest and Control ebook, and Preserving Fruits and Vegetables Guide ebook. You get all 3 really great ebooks worth over $60 just for sponsoring the show.